to which it belongs, and is also prepared to monitor and support the whole process up to the conclusion of the General Conference in 2024. It is within this context of emergency that we welcome the Secretary General's recommendation and the decision of the President of the General Assembly to establish a United Nations high-level expert panel to conduct the works, including the completion and use of a multidimensional vulnerability index. We look forward to a satisfactory conclusion of the works of the high-level panel. In particular, that the General Assembly may adopt its MVI proposal, which we hope shall be accepted and used in a consensual manner both inside and outside the United Nations. After all, we, the SIDS, also want to free ourselves from the dependence on external support, which necessarily entails reducing our vulnerabilities while also being aware of the duty to do our homework, to be competitive and resilient, and to achieve inclusive and environmentally sustainable growth. Since 2015, Africa's cultural and natural, material and immaterial heritage has been celebrated around the world to raise awareness and sensibility on the importance of its preservation. Hence, the African Union has proposed as the theme for the year 2021, the theme of arts, culture, and heritage, levers to build the Africa we want. However, in this regard, there are still concerns about the urgencies and the measures to be taken. In my capacity as President, and counting on my African counterparts, I propose to invest in the preservation of the natural and cultural heritage of the whole of Africa, and to reflect on how to promote climate justice and equity in Africa and for Africa. It is a question of seeking to reach consensus on a more flexible and less abstract notion of climate equity that places common but differentiated responsibilities at the heart of a public and global debate, and to create a common platform for Africa with a view to transfer responsibilities on an intergenerational basis. On this occasion, I must refer to the worldwide movement of the candidacy of creolization and Creole cultures as World Heritage, for which I have accepted to be sponsored and spokesperson, were it not for Cape Verde being the first Creole society in the world. This is a civil society-led initiative which wants Creole countries to be able to position themselves under one voice regarding their intangible heritage, promoting peace, friendship between peoples, and development cooperation, based on the values that creolization has brought to civilization, a new ethos based on tolerance, diversity, and fusion of cultures. We therefore call for strong political support and engagement from dignitaries from Creole countries and their heads of state. The adoption of the 2030 Agenda and its SDGs was a high point for multilateralism, and its progressive implementation and realization should continue to benefit from the impetus of an increasingly renewed, reinvigorated multilateralism anchored on the United Nations system. This has not happened at the desired level on the various fronts where, unfortunately, global challenges remain, while at the same time, crises have emerged which have constituted genuine obstacles to progress, endangering the desired reinvigorating of multilateralism adapted and prepared to deal with the scale and complexity of the new challenges. In this sense, Cabo Verde advocates for an effective, inclusive, preventive, dissuasive, and cooperative multilateralism, which could, as has already been stated, establish a new global agreement between states as well as a new global government of the international system, a multilateralism that calls for less confrontation between blocs and more cooperation among member states in the construction and delivery of global public goods to all, such as peace and security, human rights, and sustainable development. Finally, a multilateralism that is useful and a facilitator of an appeased international context, which opens the doors for countries such as Cabo Verde to more external funding and more and better integration in the regional and global value chains. In conclusion, I wish you fruitful deliberations during this 77th session of the General Assembly, the results of which we hope may pave the way and prepare the summits of the future and of SIDS in 2023 and 2024. The future lies in each day that lays ahead, but also in the solutions we take and that we make possible in each of these days. Our best wishes to the United Nations. Thank you very much.
On behalf of the Assembly, I wish to